What's going on, everybody? Josh Engleman here for Stokastic.com, back again with my NBA DFS contenders on DraftKings for Friday, February 28th. And be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you know when everything goes live. Follow me on Twitter, at Josh Engleman. Got a hell of a slate on our hands. And my number one play, it's going to be a lot to talk about. Cade Cunningham is on the outside looking in. Who will be my favorites? My top 5 plays of the day? It's time to find out. First up at number 5, we're going to Bol Bol. Back-to-back games, back-to-back starts, back-to-back games of around 30 minutes. I went 28 here, and he still looks great. Taking on a Pelicans team that isn't very good, likely without Zion Williamson. Power forward only, 5K, 13 points, 7 rebounds, an assist, and 2 stocks. I got him with 29 fantasy points. The goal is 34. I think he does that 27% of the time, and he's in the optimal lineup 16% of the time. As long as he continues to start, I think we have to be pretty interested in Bol Bol. If Bradley Beal happens to be out again tonight, then you feel a lot safer with Bol Bol. Next up at number 4, I'm taking a look at Kevin Durant because the Pelicans just aren't very good. Durant's playing 38 minutes a night. He's power forward, center eligible, 9,100, projected for 29 points, 6.5 boards, 4.5 assists, 2 stocks, 49 fantasy points, 55 is the goal. Does it 34% of the time. I got him in the optimal 15% of the time. Right now, Devin Booker is getting more ownership than Kevin Durant. I see it the opposite way. I prefer Durant right now to Booker. And that regardless of the status of Bradley Beal at that point. I like them both, if I'm being honest. But I do like Kevin Durant more. And in a matchup against the Pels, when Durant's going to be guarded by Elio Olynyk, Eve Messi, Jeremiah Robinson-Earl, Arlo Makovich, Trae Murphy? I don't know. If it's Trae Murphy, then Devin Booker looks good. If it's not Trae Murphy, nobody else looks good. Give me Kevin Durant. Seems easy. This is probably an opinion that is shared by me and me alone. Kind of like Coby White today. Shooting guard, small forward eligible, 6,600. Taking on a Toronto Raptors team that isn't very good and might be without Scotty Barnes. 22 points, 5 assists, 3 rebounds, 1 steal. And projected for 36 fantasy points. You only need 42. Now, I know Josh Giddey has been running the show a little bit more, but I think Coby White's getting slept on a little bit. People probably still have a little bit of a sour taste in their mouth from when he cut his finger in warmups earlier this week. But I have him 17% optimal. This is a matchup that I want to try to target. And it's not like Coby White's minutes are going anywhere unless he accidentally is bleeding during the beginning of the game. Next up at number 2, we've got a guy in a very difficult matchup. I kind of like him. Trae Young. Now, facing Oklahoma City is not fun, but it is a fast-paced matchup with a really nice total. Trae plays 36 minutes a night, 9,300, projected for 27 points, 11 assists, 3 boards, and a stock, 51 fantasy points. The goal's 56. He's in the optimal lineup 19% of the time. Yes, this is a terrible matchup, and I know people aren't going to want to go this way. We just watched Brooklyn beat OKC for 3 quarters. What happens if Atlanta is the team that's able to do that? I don't care if OKC comes back to win, but if Brooklyn can be up and pounding on the Oklahoma City Thunder for 3 quarters, then I think Trae Young can do it too. The only real problem is they got a lot of dudes to throw at Trae, and I think that gets a little trickier, but I'm happy to do it. We got to remember, the Atlanta Hawks win this game like 25% of the time, and when they do, Trae Young's behind it. Finally, the number 1 contender with a gigantic caveat is Jalen Smith. Now, Jalen Smith is questionable. I have no idea who's going to start at center for the Chicago Bulls today. I would expect it to be Jalen Smith if he's in. They signed him. They wanted him. They took Zach Collins in a salary dump. Who knows? I gave them both 24 minutes, and I washed my hands of it. If Jalen Smith starts, he's 3,700. He's a 1.3 fantasy point per minute guy. 14 points, 8 boards. He's 3,700. Stock and a half. I got him projected for 31. He only needs 28. He does it 67% of the time. If he's starting, he's in the optimal lineup 50% of the time. If Zach Collins starts and Jalen Smith is in, I'm very nervous about going to either of them, but you can get a little bit of Jalen Smith because of the price. If Jalen Smith is out, then I think we're still giving 30 minutes to Zach Collins, and he will look like an exceptional play today. I expect to be playing a center for the Bulls. For right now, if Jalen Smith is the starter, it's him by a mile. He'll be the most popular guy on the slate if he is named the starter, and that is why he is my #1 contender. Alrighty, folks, that will do it. Those are my NBA DFS contenders on DraftKings for Friday, February 28th. Top 10s are already posted to Twitter, FanDuel, and DraftKings. I hope you guys have a great day, win some money, have a great weekend. I'll see you guys again Monday morning for more contenders.